Hi, my name is Shuveb. I'll walk you through a demo of StackIron now. Once we log into StackIron, we see a dashboard with the overview of the cloud of various resources. Down here we have a bunch of events that occurred, and now let's move on to the infrastructure view. Now in this view, we see that there are 4 compute nodes of physical servers. The great thing about grid-based interfaces is that we can immediately see what's happening with the resources we have. We see here that there are 4 compute nodes, and we see that these elements are green in color, which means that they're functioning just fine. It's really helpful to have a grid when there are many objects in the system, and since StackIron is a very scalable system to manage your cloud business, you can see an overview of your objects just on the grid. Another feature about StackIron that's always available is this bar on the top, the search bar, and the task bar at the bottom. Now with the search, the great thing is that you just have to enter a query like this. For example, I search for Harry, and then I immediately get a list of various objects that match the query. In this case, different virtual servers, there's a user named Harry, a compute node named Harry server, and other objects. Clicking on this will take me directly to the page from where I can manage this object. So it's very easy to have a very large cloud and simply forget about where the different objects are and have the search bring it up for you. Now let's click on this virtual server grid link, which will take me to the list to the virtual servers running on this particular physical server. Now just by looking at this grid, we are able to see that there are two virtual servers that are stopped. So let me go ahead and start this one. Now we immediately see that there's a task running, and once this starts, we get a notification that it was a success. So it's that simple with the notifications and grid system to manage a very large cloud. Now I'll show you around the settings for the virtual machine. You can take a look at backup schedules. We have hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly backups here. Here we see a list of backups that we can restore, and all the other settings as well. This is the information about this particular OpenVZ server. You might have noticed that we have physical servers running different hypervisors here. We have a couple running Zen and couple running OpenVZ. What we saw just now was an OpenVZ server. Let's take a look at a Zen server. We have a bunch of virtual machines running here. For example, this one here is Windows based. Let's take a look at the VNC console. So we have it here, and that's our Windows server. Similarly, we can take a look at the settings. It's slightly different because it's Zen. Because it's Zen based, we have CD-ROM images that we can link to this server. Also, we can take a look at disks that are associated with this server, and information for a Zen based virtual machine is slightly different from what we saw in the OpenVZ based virtual machine. Settings, we have general settings, IP pools. You can add an IP pool associated with certain compute nodes, for example. Different operating system templates, Windows based, Linux based, also for different hypervisors here. The ISO store contains ISO images that are available to all virtual machines on the cloud. SAN servers, backup servers, users. You can create users with varying privileges. Also plans on which you can create virtual machines. The interesting thing here is that you can have plans that are based on SAN storage, for example, here, or the system will prefer local storage to be allocated for the virtual machine if this option is not specified in the plan. Logs here allow you to see what's been happening on the system, things like that. So that's the overview of StackIron. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.